I don't think if he knew how this journey will turn out, he would ever go on the audition. Ever. The Simon Cowell said to him, in 2 years you will be this and that and that. People have ended their lives because of fabricated auditions, how they put them together. And
to try and be somebody that they wanted me to be, and it's so sad.
See him go first and a band in general is heartbreaking to me. Hey you guys, welcome back. I know this is just the second video on this channel, but this is gonna be quite a heavy and doozy one. It's not gonna be a happy video, it's gonna be a serious video that I think people should talk about more in depth, and it's about Hollywood in general and people and society and how people treat each other and then blame things on the person when it's such a bigger thing and such a bigger issue, in my opinion. And this video in my mind just grew and grew and grew. I did not know if I should make this, but I haven't seen anyone really talk in this type of way, I don't think, about the situation. And so in this past week, in my opinion, an absolute tragedy happened when I woke up in the morning and I just went on my Instagram and I saw that Liam Payne has passed away. And I was like, what? At 31 years old. And obviously after that, I saw all the speculations, all the comments, and I don't think that's what people need to talk about. I think people need to talk about the beginning of that person's life, where it started and why it ended how it ended. And I'm just actually quite tired of seeing people lose their lives and then people be like, oh my god, we just love you and blah blah blah, and people were obviously suffering behind the scenes. And I mean, a lot of us don't know about that, but there's people in the industry who know and should give that hand to them and help them out. And I think in his case it was an absolute tragedy. After seeing so many interviews about him being, I mean, I also hate that everyone references him as a band member, because he was a person, you know, before everything else. Like, he was a person with feelings and emotions and just dreams in life. And after watching all these little clips of him and the band, what they have told about him, and after his passing, that he was the one with Head On and with serious like kind of vision in life, and like being the one who takes everything in charge and puts everyone on the line to be ready, and to see him go first and the band in general is heartbreaking to me, to see the result, what in my opinion music industry and industry in general and Hollywood has done to that person. Has Liam should have lived life fully, like he just the beginning, like scratching his life. And because of the music industry and lack of support and lack of just, I don't know, even like, in my opinion, human affection to a person, led to the end that it happened. Because if he would be cared for, it would be a completely different story. But talking about X Factor in general and Hollywood and the industry, in my opinion, there's been so many people who have been pulled up, their ears and eyes being blown with dust of miracles that something's gonna happen, and as soon as they see that it's not turning the way they thought it will, they just throw them out like a, I don't know, like a wet dog outside, like, we don't need you anymore. And I just thought to myself for a second, like, there's so many people from that show that had so much potential, and because the producers, the people, the judges, I don't know who is really behind all of it, they just were not impressed anymore by them. They're like, no, we don't want you anymore. And from the thumbnail you probably already saw the people they just thought like quickly of, like Cher Lloyd, Leon Lewis, obviously Liam Payne, Lil Mix, Louis Johnson, Sam Bailey, like Alexander Burke, Janet Devlin, like the list goes on and on of people who are so talented, but because they didn't like show the correct numbers for them, they just threw them out. And I am still following a lot of these people's journeys because I care for them as a people, and I see the comments on their like posts and people like, where's the album, where's this and that. Like, if you think about, if they are just dropped on the side and they're not, no one is interested in them anymore, like, can you imagine their mental state? That people are every single day asking you, where's the album, where's new things, but no one is financing probably them anymore because they are not showing the criteria that is selling right now. To be honest, from the one of the latest years, the Louisa Johnson was the biggest shock how they just, in my opinion, buried her whole career, because she has a voice of the lifetime and they just didn't do anything with her, and she's still singing the same songs over and over and nothing new is happening. And I cannot imagine what is going on in her brain and in her body to be like, because she knows that she is good probably, and she cannot get anywhere because she's probably signed by a record label who is holding her back, and she can't really do anything outside of it, and she's just waiting if she's gonna be like picked up again. And that is crazy. One of the people from the thumbnail you probably saw is Little Mix. That band broke so many records and they never really broke into US. And in my opinion, and how they have talked about record labels, it's because of the record label. They never were allowed really to go there because they were people who were supporting them. They just never let them out. And it's crazy to me because if you are a Little Mix fan, you know how good of their music were, and the music videos and live performances and the vocals in general, the charisma that they had was through the roof, and the fact that they were just holding them by the closed door is mad to me. And I hope that now that they're on their own solo journey, that they all can break into the places they want to be, because there's actually, I hope so, a management that is behind their backs and are supporting them and are thinking about them as a people and not about selling just objects on the like store shelf and be like, are you gonna buy it? If you're gonna buy it, we will invest in you. Not no. And it comes back again to Liam Payne, and I wrote down like other people who have lost their lives or like just spark in their life, and it's insane. Like the other person, like I wrote down, is like Amy Winehouse, Britney Spears, even Justin Bieber right now. Like you can see what has happened to the person over the time that he has been in the limelight as a child, and it's insane. And I also wrote down Selena Gomez and her like appearance change and how people are just picking her apart. And I watched her documentary and it was so heart-wrenching to see that her inner circle was so awful, the way they were presented. I would hate that I would have friends like that. Those are not friends at that documentary. They were vile people who were just, I don't know for what reason, they just use her. I don't know. It was so bad. I felt so bad when I watched that documentary about her and her life and her struggles and her health and everything, and those people just being so snobby around her and so entitled in their opinions and just nasty towards her. It just blew my mind. And now seeing Justin like being just kind of also, I would say, violated on social media, where people were just digging up everything about him. I mean, from one side it's good that it's been like put up with like P. Diddy and everything, but it's his life. It's like we are talking about real human being, you know? It's not just a fictional character. That person exists, he has a life, he has a child and a wife, and like he is a human. And the way people are talking about him like he's just a product, it just blows my mind. And I hope that people can understand that all these people that we see on screens are human beings. You don't talk about them like that. You would not talk about your closest people like that on the street if you think about them something like that, or write about them on social media. You wouldn't. But because they're like untouchable people, people think that they're so entitled on their opinions, and they think that no one will seize that, but they do, and it hurts them, and that's why they spiral into these places. And also the speculations of Justin right now looking the ways that he does and the way he acts, and maybe there is an issue underneath there, and I don't think that these horrendous comments are helping him in any way. If there would be people who would reach out to him and actually help him, would be a different story. It would be the same way about Liam. If someone would go to him, be like, hey dude, like I can tell from the side that something's up, like how can I help you, how can I like do something for you, to you, that would bring you out of this like hole, and how can we change things up? Because I cannot imagine from his perspective how his life turned out when he started on X Factor and everything was like put on his silver plate, like you will succeed. Like he said, like in one of the latest interviews, that the Simon Cowell said to him, in 2 years you will be this and that and that. And to see that just slowly fall apart and other members put up on a pedestal, I don't know what it does to a person's mental state. And then completely drop you off, and then finding out now that 2 days before his passing, he was dropped by a record label. Like, can you imagine about how much stress and just anger, I assume, would be in that person? So, and people, when they are now just picking him apart about what was he doing in their room and what was there, like, think about everything else before that. Why it ended that way? If everything would be fine, it would not be that way at all. I just thought to myself, I just wanna make this video and talk. Maybe someone out there who is, maybe if you're still here and listening, thank you, because I think this is so important for us to think about these people like a human beings and treat them and not judge them by the final result, because there's a story, and that story for years it's been just growing and growing and growing and getting bigger and bigger and bigger until the snapping point happens, and then people wake up and they're like, oh my god, how, why, no, I'm so sad. You should have been there beforehand and not after. And I don't understand people. I genuinely don't understand people why they are the way they are, but I really hope that this is the last person who has to go through that far to just be in such a misery that it just can ruin your life and people's life. Like, he left a son who will never have a father because of this. And as I said at the beginning, like, he was the one with the head on his shoulders, the one who had a clear vision, the one who put everyone in line to be ready and strive and go for all the things. And the fact to see him go first is scary. That the person who was the most in tune with everything, if he cannot handle things, that imagine people who are weaker, what is going on behind the closed doors with them. And as well as like Amy Winehouse, things would not happen the way it happened if there would be good people around her. And I also just watched a little bit of Ray interview, and I think multiple different interviews of her talking about when she was in a record label, and I want to watch it also with you in this video, because it is heartbreaking to see. And now seeing her being in her own, like, in charge of her own life, of her art, of her music, of her person, is just so nice to see her thrive and do her things, because record labels and like Hollywood and music industry is so dark and toxic and evil and just nasty from the start to finish. That does it help to some people? Yes, but it also just brings people down tremendously, just insanely. And X Factors and the competition shows is a completely different ball game. Like, people are being scrutinized over these things, and people have ended their lives because of fabricated auditions, how they put them together, and like not seeing the complete like picture. And I don't know if I even can talk about this, but I was on an X Factor in Latvia, and the way they created this narrative about me and how they even produced the actual audition when I sing is crazy to me, because I'm just a person. It's crazy to me, because they just need rankings. They need to do something crazy, like they want the person to react if something goes wrong. Like, and when I finished to sing, and there was like people clapping all the way through till the end, and when they opened their mouth and they said like they didn't like it or something around those lines, I was shocked, because the atmosphere that was around was completely fine. People were happy, and I was just so shocked about that when they opened their mouth. And when I walked up the stage, it's like, what just happened? I was like, what? And then when I saw my audition air on the TV, and when I saw it, I was like, they took things out and put things in, and like even like taking out like the clapping from the audience, they took that out from the performance, and it sounded like no one cared. It was like eerie, and like empty when when in reality it was a completely different atmosphere, and I'm just one person like who has experienced this. So imagine how many people around on like X Factor has been so just insanely fabricated. I have watched so many people, like it's insane, like it's absolutely mad how they just do these things to just make clicks and views and just to earn money, but on behalf of human lives and their mental states. Like imagine all these people who has gone through X Factor and just being just so manipulated in a way of thinking that they will give them all the success, all the fame, and then just throw them literally like wet dogs on the street and just leave them and are not even caring for them. Is absolutely mad to me. So, I don't know, things need to change. And going back to Liam Payne and music industry, I saw the comment from Cheryl Osborne, and she commented that we lost, like I'm paraphrasing, but like we lost a beautiful soul, talented soul, a person, a singer, and a unique human being because of the music industry and the Hollywood and industry in general, because no one cared. No one did action to help the person. Of course, we all need to be like as strong as we can to ourselves, but if people see what's going on the sides, like why are you not reaching a hand and helping? Because you can see in the last videos of him, you can see the person is hurting and no one cared, and now everyone is crying in the world and it's too late. So I really hope that things are gonna change in the industry and people are gonna actually care. Like for example, right now I would be worried about Selena Gomez, about Britney Spears. Honestly, still I have no idea what's going on with her, because like if she is in the industry and with so many people behind her, what is going on? Like why is she 2 years free from conservatorship and she's still just spinning in her living room? What is going on? Writing a book when she's not talking about anything about what happened, really. Has no interviews, like made a song with Elton John but not published, like no interviews with her, nothing. It's just so eerie and odd and no one is saying anything. Like why are people in the, I would assume if you would be on the same level kinda in the industry, why you are not reaching out and helping the person? Why? Why you're just waiting for devastating things to happen and then react? I don't understand that. I genuinely don't understand. So anyways, I will stop ramble because I think I have rambled literally for 20 minutes. If you're still here, thank you so much for watching, because this is absolutely mad. It is insane to me, and I think people need to take an action and actually be human beings and feel empathy and give help when it's long overdue. Really, like please people, we have to be united, and that is the only way how can we all survive in this insane hybrid machine that is happening around us. So okay, let's end the video with the Ray's interview compilations, and yeah, let's see what she has to say about her past in the record labels.
I can't do this sober. Like, this is deep. It's actually deep.
Like I started watching this and I was like, oh my god, I want to make this video. It's insane what these things do to people.
Been doing to myself as a person to try and be somebody that they wanted me to be, and it's so sad. So I'd just gotten to that point where I was just like, what is my life right now? What is the point?
You live like a puppet.
Yeah, so I just was at a point where I just had nothing left to lose. Yeah, so I was just like, fuck it. I've absolutely reached my limit.
Frustrated at the label's unwillingness to let her release an album, Ray reached breaking point, taking to social media.
But that's what I'm saying, all these people from like competitions as well,
ever turn around and want to give up on being an artist, bro. That's how far you push me. They either listen to me now, listen to their artist in pain, or we part ways and they can save themselves this headache, because I'm about to make it a headache.
Yeah, not a lot of people.
Alarms go off around.
I'm so happy that she did.
The label, and then do they say this is, you can do your album, or how does it shake out after that?
No, it was very much. It was actually, please, can you stop doing interviews? Right?
Really stop talking about it, it's embarrassing.
And I was like, I will when you let me go. It's like, just let me go, please. And I'm so lucky that they just and it was quick.
Since having all the success you've had with it,
I mean, I
have you
hope
heard
that
anything
this is the
from your
case for a
old
lot of people,
label?
because they're not waiting for miracles.
Yeah.
Because with social media you can do so much these days.
I did. Got some flowers.
There's people who care.
So that was nice. It's just...
If you do the job, it's gonna go somewhere.
Honestly, like that's freaking...
Is it making you annoyed talking about it?
Yeah, it makes me annoyed, you know. I do have to really come to find true peace, which I wrestle with. You know, at the end of the day, it should just come down to a creator believing in what they've created. It's as simple as, I just want to be a person who's in control of my life.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, like, people are just stuck, they're fully stuck, and they cannot do anything. Like, right now I'm looking at these pictures, like Louisa Johnson, Cheryl Lloyd, Sam Bailey, like, even Leona Lewis, like, I cannot imagine. I hope that they are free from the record labels to some extent, or they're like trying to get out of them, because they have voices, they have dreams. Like, if these people went to the show with the hope, you go there to be like, oh my god, that's my chance, but like, in reality, that chance maybe is for just maybe 2 people from that whole season, and everyone else is just well, you're just for the visual here, and then we just gonna... And we will tell you good things now, and then we just drop you off like you're nothing, and we will make you leave and like make you wait and wait and wait and hope, and you just missed your best years of your life, waiting for something that is not happening. So I really hope that these people can take their actions and move and like make difference, because I cannot imagine that they went there and they're happy that they can sing 2 songs for the rest of their lives. And that's it. I cannot imagine that. So seeing Ray like on a breaking point, like, can you imagine how many people are there like this in record labels who are not heard and just used, and like just let them wait and wait and wait and wait when they have so much to give. And thank God she had balls to just say what she has to say, be on interviews, being loud and talking about important things that she cares about. And because, I mean, also probably the record label was just afraid of her, because they're like, no, she's talking too much, she's making us look bad, so let's drop her and like let her go. And thankfully, like, we need more people. I mean, we need people who are in these situations to just bite the bullet and be like, no, listen, one way or another, all or nothing, and leaving or staying, and that's it. And also having a good people around them, like a good bunch of people. And and if you see that people don't have good people around them, help them out, give a hand, tell them maybe where they can go to get help, like something, so things like Liam Payne's passing doesn't happen again and again and again and again and again. Because that is unfair and it's a tragic thing, and it never in a million years, when he went on that show, that he thought when he was 14, 16, that his life will end like that because of that. I don't think if he knew how this journey will turn out, he would ever go on the audition. Ever. And it's so sad that things like this need to happen for people to wake up and open their eyes and be like, oh, there are things that are messed up and need to be changed. But all we can do further on is stay behind each other and cheer up each other and give a helping hand when it's necessary, and not drag each other down, because there's enough of that in the planet Earth, and there are enough of people who are not happy with themselves and they just drag people down left and right. So we need to be louder than the negativity, and we need to stand for each other and just be humans and care for each other and just support each other and spread love and compassion for each other. So yeah, anyways guys, this was a doozy. Like, I'm filming for more than half an hour right now, so, and just talking because I have so much to say about this. I know this video is completely all over the place, but I think this is so important, and there's so many different artists who have been just shuttered down just by the people, not even record labels, just from the people, from their own people, is mad to me. So yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know in the comments down below what do you think about this whole situation, and how could we change things around and make things better for people in the industry and outside the industry. How can we, I don't know, make people think that the things they say actually affect people and we are all human beings with emotions. Write those things down in the comments down below. Than that, I will see you with the next video, and I hope it's gonna be on a lighter note. So yeah, bye.